so honored to be here with AC in Europe. If I want an amazing opportunity, I'm an ACN. I want this training to make a difference for you, to enhance the lives of everyone long after you leave this building. I'm here to give you all of me today. It doesn't matter what we say to you. It matters what you say to you. But sometimes we just need some help. For a truly unobstructed view, look up. The small thinking in your head is dust, because misery loves company. And drama is a magnet. Positive thinking is also a magnet. Imagine what negative thinking is doing inside of you. The cloud is non-commitment. It looks solid, but it's not solid. I don't have time for babble. I don't have time for drama. I'm up here. Why can't your universe be constantly expanding? I'm about to take you into a trip into your universe. Because all of this came from this. I'm going to do something great with my life. When I saw
Okay, guys, what's happening? What's happening? Social media family. Hope you guys are all well. Wow, guys, I have literally got Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live. Then here we have Instagram Live, and also I'm recording for the Mindset Muhammad podcast. Guys, really excited to be on this, live. If you're watching this live, okay, I need you to engage with me and really tell me where you're tuning in from. And guys, if you're watching the replay, can you tell me, of course, how your day was? So if you're watching the live, tell me where you're tuning from. And if you're watching the replay, can you please tell me how your day's been so far? Guys, really excited to be on this live with you guys. Those of you that don't know me, I'm Mohammed Abdurrahman from London, UK. I'm an entrepreneur and I work for myself in the marketing space. And, I'm a recruiter for a major company based in the US. And at the moment, I study at a university, guys. And I'll tell you a little bit about me. Few years ago, guys, what was I doing before, my whole thinking shifted? What was I doing before a few years ago, before I was exposed to personal development and, entrepreneurship and paradigm shift and success and mindset and all these great things, guys? Before I was, before I was exposed to all these great things, guys, I was a sixth form student. I was studying full time, and I was working part time, and I was playing football part time as well. And guys, I'll tell you, I stumbled across, business and entrepreneurship and working for yourself, and I'll tell you, is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I'm forever grateful. Guys, some of the things that I've been able to that I've been able to learn from, I would have never learned even 10% or even 1% of what I've been able to learn through business if I went 100 years in college or university. Guys, I'll tell you, some of the best things that I've learned are things that I learned in the field as an entrepreneur, in the field working for myself, guys. But for those of you that know me, it's great to see you guys. Can you please, say hi in the comments? I can see the comments live on YouTube as well as Facebook. And here we have Instagram, guys. Let me actually turn on the comment section here for IG family. And those of you that are listening to this on the podcast, really, really excited that you decided to take a few minutes of your busy schedule to listen to some of the, words that I'm going to be uttering today, guys. Really have you guys here. Hello, IG family, how's everybody doing? Each favor, and I need you guys to send the live to about 3 people and comment down. Okay, let's keep the positivity. Let's share the content, guys. Okay, and not keep it all to ourselves. I want to thank Restream for this. I was literally on the site, and they said that that your video quality can get better if you can give us a shout out. So Restream.io, I want to thank you. Really appreciate you. God bless Restream, guys. Thank you, guys, for allowing me to have an opportunity where I can, stream 2 different platforms, completely 2 different platforms together. So I want to thank you guys for that. Now, guys, let's get into it. Guys, I'm planning to do these lives every single night, UK time, 10:30 p.m. Okay, 7 days a week, and I'm planning to share some piece of content, guys. I'll tell you, I had a business event, about 3 weeks ago in Spain, and I met one of the senior VPs of our company, someone that's been doing network marketing for nearly 30 years. One of the top multi-millionaire money earners in our company. And guys, his training, I would say 90% of it was from one book. Think about that for a second. 90% of his training was him referring to a book. And I said to myself, I need to get me that book. 100% I need to have access to that book. And guys, he finished his training. I shake I shake his hand and I ordered the book. That's literally, guys, what happened. Okay, and that book, guys, is 177 mental toughness secret of the world class. Now, and this book, guys, a lot of people will be offended. It doesn't matter, guys, to me. When I was broke and I said to myself, hey, listen, I need to learn what the successful people knew. I had choice. I could get offended, or I could realize that I was on the wrong side. I could go and start making money and go on the other side. Okay. So if you get offended by what I say, it is what it is. It's the facts. Okay. No opinions, pure facts, guys. Okay. Now let's get into it, guys. Today, just to give you guys a little bit of a summary, let's compare the middle class to the world class. Okay. Let's do a little bit of comparison. The middle class to the world class. Now, guys, guess what the middle class do? The middle class, all they do, guys, is compete. They're trying to compete. Okay, they're constantly trying to compete. Who's got a better degree? Who's making more money than the other person? Who's doing this? Who went to a better university? Who lives in a center of city? Guys, the middle class are in constantly what type of mode? They're in comparison mode. Okay, they're competing. They're in competition mode. Now, what do the world class do on the other end, guys? The world class, they create. Okay, look at the difference there. One is competing, the other one is what? Creating. You guys see the difference? One is competing, the other one is creating. Guys, now the other thing is the middle class always avoid risk. Okay, if you ever see someone saying, you know what, that's too risky. If you see someone saying, you know what, I don't think we can make money here. If you ever see someone saying, oh my goodness, this business plan is too saturated. If you ever see someone that is skeptic, or if they're avoiding risk, guys, they are what? They are the middle class, unfortunately. Okay, now what do the world class do, guys? The world class, they don't avoid risks, they manage risks. You see the difference? One is avoiding risk completely, the other one is what? Managing risk. Guys, I'll tell you, when I got involved in network marketing, one of the best things that ever happened to me, people told me, Muhammad, you're going to lose 500 pounds. Really? I've learned information that I would now 100% argue is worth over $1 million through that 500 pounds that I spent. And guess what people were telling me, guys? Oh my goodness, Muhammad, you're not going to make money here. Oh my goodness, you're wasting 500 pounds, guys. So the middle class, they avoid risks, and guys, the world class, they manage risks. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Now, what do the middle class also do? They love, okay, to be comfortable. If you ever see someone saying, I'm good, hey man, what I'm doing is working 100%, I'm good. I don't want to do anything challenging. Guess what they are? That should give you a hint that they're the middle class. And by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but the middle class, literally, governments and systems are being put into place so that the middle class can be demolished. So there's only either upper class or lower class. That's it. They're trying whatever it takes to get rid of the middle class. Now, if you say I want to be comfortable here, I can guarantee you, unless the timing is right and some opportunity comes your way that push you to the upper end, I'm telling you, you are doomed for failure. Okay, you are doomed to fail, guys. It is what it is. It's the facts. Okay, the truth sometimes hurts. I know, 100%. Now, think about this for a second. You can choose. Okay. Don't get comfortable. If someone is too comfortable where they are, what should that tell you, IG family? What should that tell you? If someone's too comfortable where they are, what should that tell you? The middle class, unfortunately. What do the world class do? The world class, okay, guys, look at what they do. They get comfortable being uncomfortable. Think about that for a second. The world class get comfortable being uncomfortable. That means they start enjoying things that they actually hate. They put themselves in situations that kind of makes them a little bit anxious. They are in situations where they don't know what's next. Guys, I was blown away. Everybody knows Elon Musk is the richest man on planet Earth right now, right? Now, guys, I was shocked when I discovered that man sold PayPal for something like close to 100 mil. And guys, he put his money, okay, into Tesla and SpaceX and all these different places. And next month he was borrowing money for his rent, for his apartment. Think about that for a second. Guy just made $100 million, and straight away, what did he do? He invested that money, put that money into the, 3 different pots. And guess what? He doesn't know where he's even going to pay from his own rent. So what did he do? He borrowed money from his family and friends. Okay. See, did he knew where he's going to make rent next month from? He didn't, but he invested his money anyways. Guys, when I got introduced to networking and entrepreneurship and digital entrepreneurship, guys, I tell you, I was very terrible at speaking. But guess what I discovered? For me to be wealthy, I gotta be able to speak. For me to be wealthy, I need to be able to speak. Because unless I inherited money from my mom and dad, which I haven't, I would have zero chance of becoming wealthy if I can't speak. Look at one thing in common from successful people. Look at one thing in common from wealthy people. Look at one thing in common from people that have millions in the bank account. Look at one thing in common from people that have multi-million pound businesses. What do they all have in common? They can speak. If they have an idea, they can get the idea across. Okay? Now, guys, look at this other one. Look at this other one, okay? The middle class, okay, they are problem oriented. Think about that for a second. Middle class are what? Problem oriented. Now, guys, I can see few people are joining. Those of you that are joining, I'm Mohammed Abdurrahman here, 20 years old, entrepreneur from London, UK, Queen Mary student, London, studying marketing. And guys, I've lived in the UK for the last 6 years, originally from East Africa. And I've been an entrepreneur now for the last few years. And I decided to empower, educate, and uplift the lives of many. And I'm involved in network marketing. I'm a networker. I'm a proud networker. I know some people hide it, but I don't. Okay, I'm in MLM, if you want to call it. And guys, we have Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as IG Live taking place at the same time. And I'm also recording for the Mindset Muhammad podcast. Now, I decided, I was in Spain few weeks ago, and I met one of my favorite trainers, favorite speakers within the entire profession, Mr. Michael Mazer, guys. And this individual, I would say 85 to 90% of his training was on a book called 177 Mental Toughness, okay, of the World Class, guys. And I decided, you know what? I read the book one time. I want to read it again, but this time I want you guys to read it with me. Does that make sense, guys? So if you are, if you stumble across the platform, give me a follow. Let's connect. I would love to see what I can do to, help you guys, whatever it is that, you're pursuing at the moment. But guys, think about this for a second, okay? Now, tonight, all we're doing is just an introduction that I'm going to be doing this live. I used to do these lives, man. I used to love them. I used to enjoy them. But then I stopped because of my, busy schedule, traveling around and helping other people within the online space. But guys, I got back to now 10:30 every single day, 7 days a week, regardless of whether it's Monday or Friday or whatever it is, guys, whether it's Ramadan or Eid or whatever it is, we're going to be having this live, okay? Now, today is just comparison of the middle class and the, work class, okay? Now, if you are in the middle class, I hope you're trying to get out of that because, guys, systems are being put into place to do whatever it takes to eradicate and get rid of the middle class completely. So in the next, 50 years or so, 30 to 50 years, you're going to see it's either going to be you're on the lower end or you're on the upper end. Now, there are few people that are in the middle end, the middle part. Guess what? Through the right timing, the right platforms, the right opportunities, they probably will, through a bit of work ethic, they'll probably shift up. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be put down. There are a lot of people that are going to be struggling. Guys, think about this for a second. Less than 1% of the world's population control 89% of the world's money. Think about that for a second. Does that not shock you? That should shock you, guys. That's a staggering fact. Less than 1% of the world's population. Okay, now there's difference, guys, the middle class and the work class. Okay, and I hope through some of the things that I'm explaining here, I hope, guys, you decide, what, I need to do whatever it takes to go and pass. Okay, I need you guys to be figuring out how to get out of the middle class, guys. Now, what does the middle class do? They're always what? Problem oriented. Something happens, guess what they say? Oh my goodness, this happened. I think if we do this, this could also go wrong. And by the way, if we take this bus, maybe we might get stuck in traffic. And by the way, you know what? If we decide to fly, maybe we might miss the flight. Or if we do this, maybe this could happen. If we do this, maybe this could happen. Guys, these are the people, middle class. A lot of them are what? Problem oriented. All they see is problems everywhere. Okay? Now, if you have friends that all they see is problems, I'm telling you, it's time to get rid of them. I know it's hard, but you got to learn something called limited association, loving from distance. You still got to love your friends, but you got to love them from distance. Okay? Now, what about the world class? What do the world class do, guys? The world class are always solution oriented. Think about that for a second. They're always what? Solution oriented. Okay? Think about this for a second. Something happens, guess what they say? How can we solve this problem? What can we do to solve this? Okay, this happened. How can we come up with a solution? Okay, this happened. What can we do so that this doesn't happen tomorrow? Someone made a mistake. How can we educate them on the spot so that they don't do the same thing tomorrow? Whereas the middle class, someone makes a mistake, they focus on that mistake over and over and over, not thinking that this person can be educated and you can move on. Okay? Now, the middle class always trade time for money. For the middle class, it's like this. If you want me to do something for you, you got to pay me right now. No. I don't like the idea of me doing something for 1 month or 3 months or 6 months and you can pay me after. No. I'm not interested in that. What I want is I want to do something for you today so that you can pay me today. Think about that for a second. No. They're not interested in the whole concept of, hey, you gotta learn some skill set. You gotta learn, you gotta have certain mindset to have success in this type of thing. No. That's not their thing. Their thing is, I'm gonna clock in Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, which there's nothing wrong with, by the way. But if that's all you're planning all your life, then there's something wrong with it clearly. Okay, guys, 9 to 5 puts food on the table, but then, guys, it's 6 to 10 that builds your empire. You working somewhere, great. You're putting food on the table for your family, but at the same time, you're building somebody else's dream. When are you gonna start building your dream? Think about that for a second. Okay, guys, I'm telling you, there's a lot that we can cover, but just to tell you guys this, okay? Now, the last thing that we're gonna cover when it comes to the middle class and the world class, guys, the middle class, they think they know enough. You heard that one before? Hey, let's go read this book. That's what they say. No, I know that. Oh, by the way, let's do this. No. Hey, let's go to a course. How much you gonna spend? £1,000. No. I'm good. Hey, let's go to another country to learn from someone. No, we already know that. Hey, this Saturday I'm gonna be in Birmingham, and there are some of my good friends that will not be with us in Birmingham. You know why? Because they believe they know enough. Guys, the moment you start thinking you know enough, that's the start of your downfall. Think about that for a second. The moment you start thinking you know enough, that's the start of your downfall, guys. I was in Spain 2 weeks ago. This coming Saturday, I'm going to be in Birmingham. I live in London, UK. I'm excited to be in Florida in September. Okay? Guys, I'm telling you, wherever I can go to go learn something, I got to go show up. I don't care how much it's going to cost me. I don't care what I have to miss. I don't care what work I'm missing or what studies I'm missing or what family time I'm missing. Number one priority should be your what? Education. Information. I'm telling you guys, one of the things that changed my life is this philosophy called information changes situations. You want to change your situation? You got to go have access to new information. Okay? If knowing what you know was going to get you where you wanted to get to, if knowing what you know was going to allow you to have what you wanted to have, guess what? You would already have. But if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have what you want to have, guess what you got to do, my friend? You got to drop the ego, just like how I done 5 years ago, and start being a student of the game. Telling you guys, one of the hardest things is being a student. It's one of the hardest things because you learn a little bit, now you want to be a teacher. Okay? Every single day, guys, I gotta go contact my mentors and say, guys, well, how can I do this? How can I do that? They go teach me something. I go implement for 30 days and I come back. What else can I do? How can I make that thing better? My retention rate is what? 1 out of 5. How can I make that 2 out of 5? Okay. Okay, I've tried that 4 times. It hasn't worked. What can I try different? I'm telling you guys. Okay. Now, let's look at the work class on the other end. Okay. They're eager to learn. Guys, I kid you not, on my way to Spain, couldn't wait to go get to Spain. Why? Because Spain is having the #1 momentum in Europe right now. There's so many people that are having success. So many guys, the charts are just full of Spain. I said, you know what? I gotta go learn what Spain's going. And guys, I gotta tell you this. I'm excited to even learn Spanish, man. Right? Because yesterday, guys, I was on a Zoom call. Okay, I was on a Zoom call. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. I was on a Zoom call, guys, with Spain at 8:30, and I took 3 pages of notes in Spanish, which I translated into English. I want to know what the culture of Spain is like, and I want to know how the regional and senior vice presidents are handling PBR objections. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Now, that's within my business. If you're in real estate, you got to figure out, okay, how can you be an eager learner? How can you be someone that constantly says, you know what, I want to learn something new? How can you be student of the game, guys? Okay. Now, just to sum up, okay, today we just highlighted few things in terms of, few differences, major differences when it comes to the middle class, and the world class guys, okay? Now, we highlighted, things like the middle class are constantly focused on competing. I need to compete. What is he doing? What's working for him? What should go going? I need to. Okay, he's making that type of money. I need to make this type of money too. Oh my goodness, he bought this. I need to buy that too. Oh my God, he's be on that TV show. I need to be in this. The middle class are constantly focused on what competing. Then the world class are focused on what creating. Right, guys? I read a quote which is one of my favorite quotes. Okay, losers focus on winners, and winners focus on winning. Think about that for a second. Look at someone that you consider successful. Look at someone that you look up to. Right? You know what you discover? You had no idea what they had going on. All of a sudden, you hear they finished a project. Oh my goodness, the whole world knows about it. And then they are on the cloud for a few days. They're thanking people without congratulating on social media. They go disappear, and the next thing you hear, 6 months later, they got another something going on. They're having a lot of success again, once again. Do you know why? Because they are always focused on one thing after the other. They finish this, they move on to this one. They finish this one, they move on to this one. They are focused on winning when everybody else is focused on them. Right? Guys, when I was telling this one of my friends yesterday, he was shocked when I told him this, that, hey, I do not spend more than half an hour on social media scrolling other people's stuff. You want to live a depression life? The moment you wake up from bed, pick up your phone. See what's that person going on their story? What's this person posted? And I'm telling you, you're going to see a bunch of people and you're going to start hating your life. Okay? Don't be a consumer, be a producer. Produce on those social media platforms. Use these social media platforms to your advantage. You want to be part of the world class. Don't consume, create. Think about that for a second. Don't consume only, create. Okay? Now, what we also said, as a summary, we also said that the middle class are constantly focused on what? They're always problem oriented. They're always focused on the problem. What's the problem? Okay, this happened. Okay. Oh my goodness, this happened. Okay, possibly it happened because of this, it happened because of that. Okay, tomorrow that could possibly happen. This could happen next week. This could happen the following day. This happened, this happened, this happened. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Yes, it's good to focus on the problem to find solution, but some people focus on the problem to highlight that some people messed up. You never want to focus. Guys, I read a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You never want to focus on people's problems first. Always focus on something positive, highlight the negative, and then come up with a solution. Okay? So what do the middle class do? They always what? Are problem oriented. What about the world class? They constantly what? Every single time, every single day. Whether you meet them on a summer, autumn, winter, it doesn't matter. You meet them in Africa, you meet them in Asia, in Europe, in America. It doesn't matter what you meet them. Something happens in their life, they're trying to provide a solution. Okay? Now, middle class constantly choose fear. They're always worried. This could happen, that could go wrong. This could happen, that could go wrong. Whereas the world class, they choose growth. I remember we had someone that we were promoting at a regional event in Birmingham a few months ago, and she said, "Oh my goodness, I never spoke in front of a few hundred people." And I remember the number one regional director in Europe went up to her and he said, "Listen, I want you to say I am instead of I am scared, I'm excited." Because what's excitement? Excitement is a bit of fear in you with a bit of faith. That's what excitement is. When someone is excited about something, you think they 100% know what's going to happen? You think so? You think someone is crystal clear about what's happening? You think when an entrepreneur starts a new business that they're excited about, you think they know how the hell it's going to all work out? Of course not. They're excited. So what's excitement? They guys, look at the word excited, okay? Let's look at the word excited. Excitement. Okay, it's like enthusiasm. It comes from the root word God within. Think about that for a second. That means you have faith within you. So you're excited means you have a bit of fear, but you know through God's miracle things are all going to work out. That's what you're saying basically. Okay. Now, once again, guys, the middle class love to be comfortable. You ever shown an opportunity to a middle class person? Guess what they're gonna say to you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm making enough money. I'm good. I've got nothing's going on. You know what they're saying? I want to be stuck where I am 10 years from now. The moment someone tells me I'm good where I am, I don't even want them to be part of my business. I don't even want to associate with them. I love them and trust them though. I just don't want them to be part of my table when it comes to my business, how I make my money. Does that make sense, guys? Think about that for a second, guys. They love to be comfortable, man. You never want to get, you never want to be comfortable, guys. Guys, think about it. How on earth is it possible that two men over the last, 14, 15 years or so have won the most amount of Ballon d'Ors than think about it, combined the decade before? How the hell is that possible? You know why? Because they never were comfortable. Ronaldo and Messi are never comfortable. Guys, these guys are trying to win the Ballon d'Or now. They've been winning it since they were teenagers. They're trying to win it now. Think about that for a second. On the other side, why do you always hear someone won the Ballon d'Or? Now they said they won one Ballon d'Or, they're good for the rest of their life. On the other hand, one has got 6, one has got 5, and they're still trying to compete. Think about that for a second. Guys, that's a world-class thinking. That's a world-class thinking. One says, I'm good, I'm comfortable, I'm chill. Oh my goodness, you won one Ballon d'Or, you're good for the rest of your life. You won a world best player on planet Earth, you're good. One is saying, I got 6, I need a 7th one. One is saying, I got 5, I need a 6th one. Think about that for a second. The middle class are comfortable where they are, and the world class are comfortable being uncomfortable. Think about that for a second. Comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, I'll give you some example. I get involved in network marketing. They tell me, Muhammad, you got to start speaking. I tell you guys, I forgot my name the first few times I started speaking in public. How many guys do public speaking and you start speaking the very first few times, and all of a sudden you forgot your name? And you just start speaking like so fast just so that you can finish what you're talking about. Guys, I remember how it felt, man. So you gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable. Guys, I'm telling you, the bigger the crowd, the more uncomfortable I become. And that's why I'm always excited about speaking at a bigger crowds. Why? Because the bigger the crowd is, the more uncomfortable I'm gonna get, which is amazing. That's where I want to live. Because guys, this whole thing called your comfort zone is everybody's got a comfort zone like this, first of all. Then it's up to you whether you want to die with that type of comfort zone or whether you want to stretch that comfort zone. Think about it. For some of us, like some of you guys watching this right now on YouTube, Facebook, IG, some of you that are going to be listening to this right now on the podcast, either today or tomorrow, next week or next month, guess what? You probably cannot speak in front of 10 people. There's nothing wrong with it though. But there's something wrong with it if you decide that to be your reality 10 years from now. I'm telling you, there are people that I know that are 40-year-old. Guess what? They will not be able to speak in front of 10 people. When they were 30 years old, they couldn't speak in front of 10 people. When they were 20-year-old, that was their reality. They couldn't speak in front of 10 people. And there are some people that probably can't speak in front of 10 people right now, but give them 2 months, they can speak in front of 100. Give them 6 months, they can do 1,000. Give them 10 years, you can put them in front of 40,000 people and they could 100% demolish whatever topic they're talking about, and they will be a top producer in whatever it is that they do, guys. If you can speak, you literally can run the world. The number one paying skill right now, guys, is sales. It's because of what? Communication. If you can speak, the world is yours, guys. So if you haven't read How to Win Friends and Influence People, I highly recommend that, guys. Those of you that have joined, late, I'm Mohammed Abdurrahman here, Mindset Mohammed, 20 years old entrepreneur from London, UK. I'm involved in network marketing. I've been doing business with one company for the last 3 years. The company's been running for nearly 30 years. All communication network based in the United States. We operate in 27 countries, and I use social media to impact and empower and educate the lives of many. I love it. Since for the last 5 years, I've actually been vlogging. I've been you can go through my social media. Dating back to 2016, guys, absolutely phenomenal. Now, guys, I want to wrap it up. But before I wrap up, what I want to do is I just want to let you guys know I'm going to be doing these lives, and I'm going to be highlighting a book. Okay, I'm going to be highlighting a book called 177 Mental Toughness Secret of the World Class. Now, guys, I hope you guys decide to be part of the world class, because the other class is the middle class and the lower class, and you don't want to be you don't want to be part of that, guys. I heard one time Bill Gates say it's okay if you were born from a poor family. It's none of your fault. Okay, but it's your fault if you die there. Does that make sense, guys? I'm planning to do this lives, half an hour, talk about a topic. Today was just a bit of a comparison between the middle class and the world class, and I hope you guys my hope for you guys is that you decide, you know what, I want to be an elite. I want to be a top of the top of the top. I want to be the 1% of the 1%. Guys, with that said, God bless everybody. Take care. I'm going to wrap it up.